Aunt Louie done finally got cussed the hell out like she's supposed to, and Scully crazy ass is back, and I'm scared. Kill the music! Oh yes, bitches and hoes, I'm back.
I'll drop a player like it's nothing, it ain't working out. Now no debate up for discussion, bitch, I'm walking out. My time is money, I ain't loving, let you toast it out. Flip my weave and walk it out, look how I just bossed it out. Now come on baby, why you bugging, we can't talk it out. I keeps it moving, I ain't tripping, lost another spouse. I'm just a boss, it's in my blood, no I won't scream or shout.
Go yes, bitches and hoes, I'm back. Back with another video and some color hell. You know, here to discuss Snowfall Season 5, Episode 3. Girl, let's get into it. It was a great one. So the episode opens up. Franklin is telling everybody in the crew that basically Grady is gone. Now, him and Grady was working on all type of doggone real estate projects and all this stuff. And all of a sudden, Grady gone. Somebody need to find Grady. We know what happened to Grady, but somebody need to find Grady. What's his name? His friend ends up saying, hey, look, you don't think that's a little funny that all of a sudden Grady was here, now he's gone? You don't think it could be Teddy and him being jealous and yada, yada, yada? And Franklin was just like, nah, I don't think it's all that. He just gone off to, you know, when somebody in the CIA tells you to leave, you just leave. And in my mind, I'm like, Franklin, you ain't that green. I don't know if you just telling that to them, but we all know you ain't that green. Brought up Reed, which is AKA Teddy, and basically he asked Franklin, did he have something to do with your father's disappearance? Franklin goes, well, now he goes by Teddy. So that's that. And then also, no, I don't think he killed my father. I just think that, you know, we're trying to figure it out. Listen, Franklin, you're not crazy. You know what the hell was going on. Like your homeboy said, y'all were too close. None of that makes sense. So Franklin tells them, look, now that Teddy's taken back over, basically what it is we can't go down on the price. That Tennessee shit, it ain't gonna move. At the end of the day, we gotta go back up to the regular price, and that's what it is. Aunt Louie was like, well, let me talk to him. Let me ride around with him, show him the Colombians and how everybody moving, and maybe he'll budge. Franklin was like, no, I will talk to him, and I'll let you know what he say. But at the end of the day, as of now, the price stays the same. Now, Aunt Louie is feeling some type of way because she's like, I've already told people that I can get them Tennessee. And Franklin was just like, it is what it is. Take it or leave it. Like, I ain't got time. He was like, basically, y'all need to keep working. That's all you need to do is keep pushing these keys. So we move to the next scene. Uncle Jerome and Aunt Louie meet up with Mello and, what's his name? What's the other dude's name? Mello and, I forget the other guy's name. Uncle Jerome and Aunt Louie meet up with Mello and basically tell them, hey, look, we can't get the drugs. Oh, boy is like crazy right now, and I feel like y'all telling me this, for me to go back and tell him, that's not going to be good. Like, he really, like, lost it or whatever. And so Louis was just like, yeah, I get it, but, you know, that's just what it is. I can't negotiate the price of the keys. So his homeboy was like, well, shit, why don't y'all go down there and tell him? Why we got to be the ones to tell him? Y'all need to be the ones to tell him that y'all can't go down on the price. And, you know, obviously Mello agreed with that, as he should. I would have too, because it's just like, don't give me bad news and make me go back to this crazy mother effer to tell him some bad news. We move on to the next scene. Franklin meets up with Veronique, that's his girlfriend. And basically, he was talking about how he paid $10,000 for a windshield. She was like, for the car? He said, no, for the plane. You know, that's when you got money and you don't care. But anyway, he tells her, she gives him a bid that she wants to submit, I guess on some property or whatnot, I'm not really sure. But he asked her to put Grady House on the market. And she was just like, why? Why are we putting Grady's house on the market? And Franklin lets her know that Grady had to basically leave. He's not here. He's out of town. And so immediately Veronique was just like, none of that makes sense. Like, why would he all of a sudden be out of town and Teddy be back? Like, what are you saying? And he was like, yeah, you know, it's just how it works in the business. But she's not feeling it. She's not really catching it. So she asked him how he feels. And he starts talking about things that he thinks, and she goes, no, I want to know how you feel. Like, especially when it refers to your dad. He goes on to say, look, he caught me off guard at the crib, showed up at the crib, and that's all I got. Like, I don't think he did what people are thinking. I just know how this game works. I just got to figure out what's going on. She lets him know it wasn't an accident, and yeah, you need to look into that. So we move to the next scene. Aunt Louie get a page from Mello, and basically he's saying, look, he in there tripping. So Aunt Louie and Uncle Jerome get over there, and they go see Scully, because that's the crazy motherfucker. And Scully is in there tripped the hell out. When I tell you Scully crazier than he was last season, Uncle Jerome and Aunt Louie go to the projects. They go in the hood to see Scully. Scully is freaking out. They had a phone call prior to that where Mello hit him up. He paged him because, you know, back then that's how you had to do it. But he paged him and was just like, look, man, dude in here tripping. Y'all need to get over here. Like, it's insane. Like, he talking about his daughter's birthday tomorrow. You hear him screaming all in the background. Like, he's really lost it. Y'all need to get over here. Mello and them meet him down before he gets in the house. And they goes, hey, did you bring any heat with you? Like, you good? And he goes, no, we don't have anything on us. So when they get in the house, Scully is straight tripping. Scully is freaking out on the other dude. I want to say, I don't know what's the dude's name. Let's call him Durag. But he's freaking out on this guy. And he all of a sudden was just like, he chopped off his ear. And was just like, you lied to me and you not da-da-da-da. And so Aunt Louie is really like taking it back. She's like, oh, this nigga crazy. Yeah, girl, he crazy. He ain't been right. He already was crazy before. But he really ain't been right ever since his daughter was taken. If you know what I mean. So yeah, girl, he's on a whole nother thing. So yeah, she's a little startled by this. So after he do that, he asked them why they lied about the prices. So she basically let him know, look, I know I told you I can give it to you for 10 a key, but it ain't that. We got to go back up to 13. Baby, Scully ain't trying to hear. Scully was like, man, we had a deal. Like, y'all owe me. We had a deal. And at the end of the day, y'all going to give me the price you said it was. And that's going to be the price. Like, that's it. And Aunt Louie couldn't even say nothing. She was just like, you know what? I'm not going to go back and forth. Like, if 10 a key was the price I said, let's get that to 10 a key. But in her mind, she has to come up with something because at the end of the day, she can't be responsible for the extra money on top that she got to go ahead and pay Franklin back because that's a $3,000 cut. I don't know. You know what I mean? So you can tell her wheels are spinning. So we move on to the next scene. Teddy is at his office and he's freaked the fuck out, right? All of a sudden, Gustavo comes in. Gustavo comes in and he was just like, look, I need you to make this drop. I'm not going to be able to make it. Go ahead and make this drop with Franklin and meet up with him or whatever. But, you know, I'm not going to be able to make it. What struck me the most was the fact that he was so paranoid. Like, he had his gun out and everything, thinking somebody was coming to get him. And in my mind, I was like, is you scared that Franklin found out you killed his daddy? And now you don't know if Franklin's going to come pop you upside the head? Somebody make it make sense. I think that's what it is. Because who is you hiding from unless the bosses done told you you got to go? So, I don't know. Teddy, you got a lot going on. So, Gustavo was just like, bet, I'll go meet up with him. We move to the next scene. Uncle Jerome and Aunt Louie talked to the strippers. I believe they named Black Diamond or whatever. It was like, look, I know y'all still work at the strip club. I know the dude Mello be off in that thing. I need y'all to talk to him and make sure, you know, and see if he really trying to set up old boy. If he really trying to be the man. One of the strippers was just like, I don't really know, but then they ended up agreeing. And then the other one who actually shot Aunt Louie last season was like, if it means anything, I apologize for shooting you. I mean, it was just business. But if it makes anything, I really want you to know that I didn't want you to die. Like, I just wanted to shoot you to get my check, but I ain't want you to, like, die or nothing. And Aunt Louie was just like, and in my mind, I'm like, girl, you ain't gonna get her back. I mean, I know not right now, but you got to get her back. You can't, listen, I don't like fighting and keeping a lick. You got to get your lick back, Aunt Louie. You got to do it. I'm sorry. You just have to do it. So they agreed to go ahead and get some intel on Mello because Mello is a hothead. He like this, you know, flashy dude. You know what I mean? He just like to throw money and all that stuff. So basically they agreed to go do that. We move to the next scene. Teddy and Franklin meet up. Franklin asked him to talk about the price cuts. He was like, look, Grady had already agreed to a price cut. I had already agreed to my people about a price cut. Can you honor that? And Teddy was like, no. He was like, at the end of the day, that was super generous, but no, that's not what we're doing. I feel like what I gave you is market value and it's good. Like, that's what it is. And so Franklin is just like, and then Teddy says, listen, that ain't why you here. But since we're talking about it, the price cut ain't your issue. It's Louie and Jerome's issue. You need to check that. Basically, Teddy was just like, if it wasn't for them, you wouldn't be coming to me talking about no price cut. Sweep your front porch is what he's saying. So then he goes, so you didn't come to me just to talk about a price cut. What's really going on? So then Franklin asked him if he had anything to do with his dad's disappearance. And like a true liar, Teddy was like, no, I had absolutely nothing to do with it. And I'm just like, he lying, like, But I also feel Franklin is very, very smart. I don't feel like he'll fall for that okie doke. I feel like he'll catch on and be like, no. Like, that ain't really how, the vibes. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like he'll catch on and figure that part out. Hopefully. Franklin, I need you to get it together, but you're super smart. I think you will. Like, I don't think that you won't figure that part out. Because basically, Teddy was saying the CIA wanted him and all this stuff, and Franklin goes, well, why couldn't he just go off like normal other people and all that stuff? And they were like, well, they couldn't trust him. It was just excuse after excuse after excuse. And I feel like Franklin understood what really was happening, but he didn't want to say nothing. And that probably is why Teddy is so paranoid. He don't know when Franklin gonna just pull up on him for what happened to his father. I'm just saying, that's just my theory. After that happens, Teddy meet up with Gustavo and say, look, I need you to go ahead on and make this drop with Franklin. I ain't going to be able to make it. Gustavo was just like, okay, cool, I'll do it. So he was asking Gustavo, is he good? Gustavo was like, yeah. He was also paranoid when he came to the door. I'm wondering if he's scared that somebody's out to pop him upside the head. Probably so. The girls are at the strip club, and she questioned Mello about his position in the gang. She was like, so is you the boss or what? Like, what's going on? And Mello was like, girl, you already know what it is. You know I'm the boss. And listen, we all know watching TV, he is not the boss. Scully is the boss. But he gonna sit up there and play like he is the boss or whatever. She was just like, oh, okay. So you are the boss. And he was like, yeah, I'm the boss. What you mean? Like, what is you saying? So he ends up turning around and just throwing up, like, come here and give me a lap dance so I can give you all this money. Like, he got a wad of money out. See, he one of them flashy dudes. It reminds me of dudes from Harlem, New York. You know how they super flashy, like Mason them, Harlem on the rise. No shade, no tea. Dipset, all them niggas, they flashy. They like to be seen. He gives me them type of vibes. I get that from Paid in Full. I ain't never been to Harlem. I'm just telling you what I seen on TV. But he give me them type of vibes, and it's just like, boy, what is you doing? And not only that, you spilling all the tea and not even knowing it. Like, you got to know this ain't gonna end well. Like, you have to know that. But whatever. So she ends up reporting that back to Aunt Louie, and Uncle Jerome was just like, yeah, girl, he on that shit. He basically said that he's the boss and this, that, and the third. So yeah, he probably would set up what's his name? Scully. So now Aunt Louie has battery in her back to know, okay, instead of me having to take Scully out, I can use a whole other avenue to go around. So we move to the next scene. Franklin and Peaches is at the crib. Now, Peaches is coughing and stuff. And I was like, Peaches, you've been coughing for the last 3 episodes. And I thought about the time frame. It was the 80s. And I'm just like, Peaches, do you have the capital letters? I hope not, because I like Peaches. I mean, he's a killer, yes. But I like him, And I hope he don't have the capital letters. A lot of people have theories of that. Or, he's on that stuff. Because at first when he was sniffing, I was like, well, he must be doing the drugs. But Peaches don't give me high vibes. He just give me, I don't feel well. Which kind of leans toward the capital letters, HIV. So I'm hoping that's not the case with Peaches. But we all know that was extremely prevalent back in the 80s. So we got to keep an eye on that. But Franklin see him and was just like, bro, you got to go. Don't even worry about coming with me to make the drop. Go home. Like, go lay down. Don't even touch nothing. I don't want to catch it whatever you got. Go lay down. Go lay is what Franklin told Peaches. So Peaches was just like, all right, bet. He must have really been sick to just be like, okay, I'll go lay down. I think that's very important for us to pay attention to. He must really not be feeling good because we all know Peaches is with the shits. So after he tell Peaches to go lay down or whatever, Franklin go to meet Gustavo at the drop. Gustavo's at the drop. He go to meet him there, and he was just like, hey, where's, Teddy? And he's like, oh, well, Teddy couldn't make it last minute. And then he asked, what's up with this drop spot? Like, why are we here? Like, that's not normally where we are. He was like, and where's Grady? And he was like, Grady had to cancel last minute. So Teddy goes in to start talking about, he's not sure about, not Grady. Franklin asked Gustavo if he heard anything from Grady. Gustavo was just like, nah, I ain't hear nothing. You ain't about to hear nothing from Grady. Grady is gone forever. Infinity. Ain't coming back. So then he starts to go in and ask about what the hell's going on with this drop. We already talked about that. And he starts talking about how he's not really sure about the whole situation with Teddy. And then something, I don't know if Gustavo made a face or whatever, but somehow Franklin ends up looking up at the buildings and seeing there was a lot of windows and caught on that way he might be listening. So he ended up switching it up and was like, you doing good though, bro? Like, it's good to see you, yada, yada, yada. You know, making the whole thing like that. And it's just like, Franklin, you gotta know that you can't just be talking crazy like that. You can't be reckless in your talk because Teddy is very paranoid right now. So you know he watching every freaking thing. So I think it was good for Franklin to switch up his vernacular or what he was saying, but at the end of the day, you already started. So now if Teddy was paranoid, he already know what type of time you on. But lo and behold, Teddy is in the window spying because we see that, and I knew it. So now we go to the next scene. The officer's cooking in doggone Aunt Louie's apartment or office or whatever. He ended up cooking, talking about this my dad's recipe, and Aunt Louie was like, bro, you gotta get up out of here. You gotta respect the fact that this is my office. Officer was like, look, I need something to bring back to my people. Like, I'm not going to West, you bring me back something. Like, you need to bring me back something so that I can bring it back to my boss. So Aunt Louie, in my mind, she doesn't say anything, but she's just like, I got you. But I feel like that's where Scully or Mello or one of them is going to come into play. Like, one of them is going to come into play right there. I feel like that's what's happening at this moment. So we move to the next scene. When Scully meet up with Aunt Louie and Uncle Jerome, he lets them know, hey, look, Scully's planning to take y'all out. Soon as y'all make this last drop, he planning to kill y'all right after that. Now, in my mind, I don't think Scully is, but who knows? But I feel like what's his name? What Mello is trying to do is get them to do the dirty work and not himself, if it makes sense. And that way, it'll push him all the way up to the top. That's my opinion. That's what I think Mello is trying to do. So when he tells them that, he also tells them that, look, he's going to see a psychic tomorrow. It's his daughter's birthday, and this is the address of where he's going to be. Now, he's asking them to do it. They're like, no, you can do it. And he was just like, no, it's going to look too suspicious. I feel like y'all should just go ahead on and pop him. Like, that'll help me out and help both of us out, because if not, he's going to kill y'all anyway. So Aunt Louie was just like, I bet. But I feel like she got something up her sleeves, because I don't think she's that slow to fall for something that easy. So we move to the next scene. Oh, before we get to the next scene, she started negotiating. He said, he asked how much you want. She said $50K. He said, you should have said 100. She said, bet, make it 100. That's what I need in order to carry this stuff out. So, okay, we move to the next scene. They pull up to the psychic crib, and they over there at the psychic crib, and they asked her for some work. And she was like, I'm off today. I don't have time. They put out this big wad of money and was like, no. Today, we need this work now. So basically, they've gotten the psychic to be in on them setting up Scully, or, whatever the case may be. So cool. After that, Franklin and Veronique pull up to the warehouse. No, Franklin and some other girl pull up to the warehouse, because I guess Franklin wants to see what's going on. Now, as she should, she's apprehensive, like, I don't want to be around here. This just look creepy. Like, I wouldn't either. Franklin was like, shoot whatever you feel is suspicious, but I got to go see what's up. Franklin gets up there to the top and realizes, Teddy was in fact spying on him, because he was in the exact room Teddy was spying on him in. So now he understands that Teddy's full of shit, as he should. So we move to the next scene. Scully pulls up to the psychic. Okay, Scully gets to the psychic, and all of a sudden, Uncle Jerome and Aunt Louie come out with guns on him. So it's just like, oh shit. Like, Scully was just like, what the hell? Like, you really about to pop me like this or whatever? But it turns out, they don't want to pop you. They're here to tell you that Mello wanted them to pop you, and they had the money on them. So now Scully was just like, what? So they were like, yeah, Scully was the one who wanted to pop you. He set this up so we can kill you, but that ain't what we trying to do. What we need you to do is just lay low and, figure this stuff out. But your boy trying to get you gone. And so Scully was just like, bet. He was like, but I don't understand. Why y'all didn't just kill me? And they were like, well, I feel like we've done enough. We owe you, you know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, you're not the target. In my opinion, he needs to be the target. That needs to be who y'all go down there to the detective and tell him about. I'm just saying. But she's like, you're not the target. I'm just trying to help you out. So now he goes, you know what? If the price was $13 a key, that's what it's going to be. We're going to keep it at your market price. I ain't even trying to do all that because you basically saved my life. And it makes sense because, yeah, you could have been dead if they were really on some cutthroat stuff. But I feel like Aunt Louie and Uncle Jerome have felt like they just done enough. They already killed like this daughter. Like it's just a lot going on. So now on the next scene, Mello come and ask Aunt Louie and Uncle Jerome if everything was handled. And they were just like, yeah. And he was just like, I need more than just your word. So they pull up, they give him the key to the game, I guess it was, or like a chain of Scully's. And then he's like, bet. He drops the money. He's excited. He was like, look, I'm just letting you know, I got to lay low for a few weeks, play like I'm missing the game. You know what I'm saying? I'm grieving or whatever, but I'll be back outside, basically. So as soon as he said that, Scully appears. And Scully was just like, so you really was trying to like give me pop? Like for real. And Mello was like, no, that's they line, it's a setup, yada yada yada, but the money is literally there. Like you can't deny that. Like you just can't. So once he feels like that, Scully ends up breaking his neck. Literally broke his neck. And then the guy, I'm gonna call him Durag, who ear he shot off, he was like, bring him to the white room. I want to test it out. So that must be a torture room or something that he got. Because Scully has literally lost his rabbit. I just want y'all to know he's crazy as hell at this point. We move to the next scene. Well, before we move to the next scene, he thanks them for, hooking him up, as he should. But we move to the next scene. Veronique want to celebrate her deal, one of the bids that they did. And he's really not in the mood. While they're talking, Wanda ends up showing up. Wanda shows up and was just like, look, Franklin, I know that I'm not supposed to come to you about work, but this little nickel 95 stuff that I'm doing is not cutting it. I need money. If you would just let me come down there and be the building superintendent, I heard the one you have, she's getting older, she can't do what she used to do. Let me come over there and do this, and I just need the money. If not, I'm going to literally lose it. And we know with addicts, when they typically lose it, and I don't mean lose it as in like mentally, well, yeah, mentally, but not in the sense of like going crazy. But when they typically lose their patience, they go back to the drugs. So Franklin is like, I really shouldn't do this, but all right, bet. I'll give you a job. You can go work over there. I don't know if she's ever going to tell his friend, but I don't think it's really none of his business. The girl trying to stay off drugs, if you ask me. That's my opinion. So he gives her the job at the apartment. All right, so the last scene, Franklin meets up with Aunt Louie and Uncle Jerome. Aunt Louie again asking about these prices. Hey, what's going on with these prices? And basically Franklin let her know, look, I already talked to Teddy. And the prices ain't going down. I already told you that. Like, what's going on? But as I think about it, he was right. Teddy told me that it ain't the price the issue, it's y'all the issue. Like, what the hell is y'all on? Like, why are y'all harassing me, basically? I wouldn't be in this situation if it were not for y'all, me negotiating the price just for y'all. Like, y'all could have literally just stayed under my umbrella and we could have got this money together. Aunt Louie was like, I ain't trying to work for you. I ain't trying to work for nobody. Like Franklin said, everybody got a boss. Partners. At some point in the partnership, one of the people in that partnership has more hierarchy just because they bring more value to whatever partnership it is. Everybody got a boss. And Franklin is just like, girl, look, we ain't got time for that. So Franklin ends up telling her, look, I already know Uncle Jerome went in on this. This is all your idea. He just went with it. And we all know Uncle Jerome is P-whipped, like P-Valley. We all know that. Uncle Jerome was just like, hold up, nephew. He was just like, nah, F that. I'm just letting y'all know right now. He was like, this dude Teddy possibly killed my father. And y'all over here having me go back and forth talking to him about doggone price reduction and all that stuff just to appease you. I'm done with all this shit. At this point, do what you want. If you're going to go off and do your own thing, do it without me go way over there. But if not, you need to get back under my umbrella and do what the hell I tell you to do so we can get this money. The price ain't going to change. The key's going to be the same. It is what it is. Like, I'm tired of you, Louie. You full of shit. You got a lot going on. You always got this and that. You asking this and that and the third. And you convincing basically my uncle. And he was like, look, I'm going to live to reap the rewards of what I'm working for. And none of y'all about to get in my way. And he literally said that to Aunt Louie and Uncle Jerome. None of y'all going to get in my way. And if y'all do get in my way, there's nothing I'm not prepared to do to get y'all the hell up out of my way. Franklin, I love when Franklin get pissed. I love it. Because when Franklin get really pissed and he you know, like slams tables and his voice escalates, it just does something to me. I don't know, I like it. But either way, Aunt Louie couldn't even say nothing because she already know Franklin ain't playing. Basically, AKA, you act like you crazy if you want, and I will pop you and my uncle and keep it moving. Period, poo. That was the end of the episode. Listen, this episode was amazing. Y'all drop down in the comments and let me know what y'all thought about it. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Please. I mean, I don't ask for a lot. I mean, even if you don't subscribe, just like it. Please. And I will see you all later.